What if I told you the most disrespected quarterback in the 2025 draft class just got exposed, but in a way that proves he's the best of them all? Luke Floria had just dropped a truth bomb about Shedeur Sanders that's got NFL scouts scrambling in. Nobody saw this coming.
Speaking about Shedeur, listen to this. Shout out to the homeboy JK.
You're the highlight reel of the week with Shedeur Sanders and that touchdown catch. I mean, I imagine, what was that like?
We got in the huddle, and Shedeur looked at me, he goes, "This man, I'm throwing it to you." I'm like, sweet. I go out, I see it's cover one, I'm like, I don't think he's a liar. Like, he's gonna let this thing fly to me. Threw me a nice ball, I caught it, and yeah, my phone was nuts after that. Gosh. All those reps, my entire life just led to that one play that kind of blew everything up for me, which I'm very thankful for. There's a lot of debate whether I got one or two in, but I got two in.
The reason Shedeur Sanders is different from other quarterbacks was just revealed by Luke Floria. And Wade disclosed is crazy. "I'm throwing it to you," Shedeur said to Luke as he entered the huddle. It wasn't a recommendation. Someone who has been utterly dominating training camp committed. Luke's phone exploded for days as a result of what transpired next. However, this is what no one is discussing. Luke has revealed some shocking facts concerning Shedeur's true behind-the-scenes activities. And this is going to permanently alter your perception of this quarterback. You see, I have years of experience covering football. And I can tell you now that the information that Luke Floria just shared about Shedeur Sanders is what sets true legends apart from imposters. And this tale is going to blow your mind, so listen to me before all of you haters start writing in the comments. Here is what transpired. Shedeur's tight end Luke Floria was questioned about his touchdown catch that made everyone speak. However, the capture wasn't the only noteworthy aspect. You can learn all you need to know about attitude from what transpired before the play. We broke glances toward me as we entered the huddle. He continues, "This man, I'm throwing it to you." I say, "Sweet," and go. It's cover one I see. I don't believe that he is lying, I say. He's probably going to let me have this. Did you notice that? He isn't lying, in my opinion. That goes beyond a quarterback's confidence. Trust is earned in that way. You get that type of reputation when you continuously perform well under duress. Luke was certain that Shedeur would place the ball just where it was supposed to be. This is where it becomes even more bizarre, though. After that play, Luke's phone went completely crazy. My entire life's worth of repetitions culminated in that one play that, to me, completely changed everything. Consider that for a moment, he continued. All of those practice hours and years of perseverance. And Shedeur had to make a flawless throw to turn everything around for this tight end. I now understand what some of you are considering. There's only one play. What's so important? However, you're completely missing the point. There is more than one play here. This relates to the meaning of that play. It concerns Shedeur Sanders' development as a quarterback and the ways in which he differs from the other players in his draft class. Shedeur is out there making real plays with real repercussions, while other quarterbacks are recording videos of themselves working out and throwing to fixed targets. He's making and maintaining promises, not simply tossing the ball. That right there's the mindset of a champion. To championships, let's discuss what goes on behind the scenes. Now that Coach Prime has returned to Boulder, rumors are beginning to circulate about what the remaining players are observing. I'll tell you the truth now. Any program would suffer a severe hit with the loss of Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. They weren't only skilled athletes, they were innovators. The thing that has everyone talking, though, is this. Coach Prime stated publicly that this Colorado club is superior to the one from the previous season. Now, I realize that seems absurd when you consider that they lost against the biggest names, but approach it from a different perspective. What if some other players were genuinely hindered by Shad and Travis? What if football is going to reach a completely new level now that they're gone?
Setting the tone, man. A lot of people been speaking about Dylan Gabriel kind of really not living up to the hype, man. As of right now, he's not producing content the way Shedeur is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think no quarterback is. Dylan ain't, Kenny Pickett ain't, nobody ain't doing it, bro. Shedeur is letting it be known. He's showing the world what he's doing. That's not to take nothing away from any of the other guys, you know what I'm saying? But they ain't showing it.
Don't get me wrong. Not that Colorado is a better place without Shedeur. I'm trying to convey that everyone else is having to step up because of Shadeur's leaving. And excellent programs accomplish just that. Instead of rebuilding, they reload. Let's return to our main man though. Since Shadeur's actions during training camp have been completely absurd, and Dylan Gabriel and other players are staying quiet about it, Shedeur is showcasing his tools to the world. And believe me when I say that the just released footage is incredible. A dot. I've observed several quarterback practice sessions over the years, and there's a distinct element to Shadeur's method of instruction. Even if he has a lot of arm power and precision, it's not enough. It has to do with the game's mental aspect. It all comes down to having the ability to look a receiver in the eye and explain exactly what is going to happen. That is the difference between excellent quarterbacks and competent quarterbacks can make throws. Outstanding quarterbacks, they're committed. And Shedeur most certainly falls into that second group, given what Luke Floria recently said. I now want to talk about something that has been on my mind regarding Shadeur's recent coverage. He isn't creating stuff as well as he should, according to the narrative that he isn't living up to the expectations. Here's the problem though. Shedeur is more concerned with his work than other quarterbacks are with highlight reels and social media. Kenny Pick is not Dylan. It's not being done by anyone, dude. Shedeur is expressing it. He is demonstrating his abilities to the world. And you're correct. Shedeur is working while everyone else is conversing. Shedeur is honing his trade while everyone else is blogging, and the outcomes speak for themselves. Luke Floria is discussing more than simply a pass when he talks about the touchdown reception. He is referring to a quarterback who is both confident enough to call his shot and skilled enough to support it. That right there is clutch gene stuff. What truly excites me about this whole issue, though, is this. There are still many who wish to downplay Shadeur's accomplishments at Colorado. They want to claim that it was all hype, all Coach Prime, or all Travis Hunter. However, you get a different impression when you hear what his teammates have to say about him. Luke Floria didn't need to mention Shedeur in those ways. He had the option to just discuss the catch and go on. However, he decided to emphasize Shedeur's confidence, leadership, and capacity to perform under pressure. You can't fake that type of thing. Additionally, titles. To winning titles, let's discuss Shedeur's prospects going forward. The NFL is constantly searching for quarterbacks with the ability to perform well under duress. When the game is on the line, who can make plays? And Shedeur possesses that characteristic in abundance, as seen by what Luke just said. Consider it. How many collegiate football quarterbacks can tell their receiver exactly what's going to happen in a huddle? How many people can establish that degree of trust with their teammates? It's uncommon air territory, I'm telling you now. The absurd thing is that this is only the start. Imagine what Shedeur will do when the stakes are highest and the lights are brightest, if he can do such feats in practice. Great quarterbacks start to stand out from the crowd at that point. And from what we're witnessing, Shedeur is prepared for that day. But for a moment, let's be honest. Doubters are going to exist. Some may claim that Shedeur hasn't demonstrated anything yet, and that this is just hype. I advise those individuals to simply wait. When everything is on the line, just wait to see what this child can do. The reason for this is Shedeur Sanders. He is more than just gifted. He has a difficult mind. You can't train him to have that deadly instinct. Luke, I don't think he's a liar. He is referring to a quarterback who has gained that confidence with reliable play. And Shadeur will advance to the next level because of that. Even if he has excellent arm skill and footwork, it's not all about those things. It has to do with the game's mental aspect. It all comes down to having the ability to look your partner in the eye and make a commitment you know you can fulfill. That is the DNA of a champion. That is the difference between excellent and quarterbacks. And Shedeur Sanders is unquestionably in that excellent bracket, according to what Luke Floria just disclosed. I now want to discuss a topic that has been on my mind lately. Some people believe that Shedeur needs more time to mature and isn't prepared for the next level. However, you get a different impression when you hear what his teammates have to say about him. Luke Floria is referring to more than just a throw-capable quarterback. He is referring to a leader, someone who can give his comrades courage. Any degree of accomplishment may be attained with that type of material. And this is what about Shedeur's future that thrills me. He continues to get better. This man hasn't reached his prime in college. This man is only beginning his career. His leadership, his dedication to his trade, and the work he's doing during training camp are all contributing to something exceptional. I thus advise people to hear what Shedeur Sanders' colleagues have to say when they inquire about whether he's prepared for the next level. I advise them to observe his performance under duress. I advise them to focus on his demeanor in pivotal situations, since in the end, that's what counts. Not the draft predictions, not the social media posts, not the highlight clips. What counts is your ability to deliver when your team most needs you. And Shedeur Sanders is more than capable of doing so, according to what Luke Floria recently said. Look, I am aware that some people will disagree with me in the comments. Some people will believe that I'm being overly optimistic about Shedeur's future. Here's the problem though. I'm not merely making up. Is based on what his teammates are saying, what we observe in practice, and how he is going about his profession. And Luke Floria's statement that Shedeur informed him exactly what was going to happen by looking him in the eye gives me all the information I need to understand this quarterback's mindset. That's the mindset of a winner. That's the DNA of a champion. Remind them of what Luke Floria recently disclosed, and remind them that Shedeur Sanders is a quarterback who can follow his word the next time they say he isn't prepared for the next level. Remind them that as a leader gives his teammates confidence, because that's ultimately what distinguishes the great quarterbacks from the good ones. And from what we can see, Shedeur Sanders most certainly falls into that excellent group. Folks, there you have it. We recently got a glimpse from Luke Floria of what sets Shedeur Sanders apart from the other quarterbacks in this draft class. Shedeur is out there making commitments and fulfilling them, while others are sharing training videos. Shedeur is demonstrating their talent on the field as others discuss it. Whether Shedeur is prepared for the next level is not the question. Whether he is prepared for the next level is the question. In your opinion, is Luke Floria correct when he says that Shedeur is unique among quarterbacks? Tell me in the comment section below. We're just getting started with our training camp coverage. So don't forget to click the subscribe button and sound the alert. You don't want to miss what's about to happen, I assure you.